Bears fans, welcome back, Bear Down, and a special happy Mother's Day to all the Bears mamas out there. And there's going to be 3 happy Bears mamas today because these 3 gentlemen all signed as undrafted free agents today. We got Tommy Mallory, he was 7th round pick, I believe, out of the Bills. He played last year with the Giants but was injured. He's never really seen the field. He's been a practice squad member his whole career. Then you got Leon Jones out of Arkansas State, small school. And then Deshaun Mallory, who's a local. He grew up in Illinois and played at Michigan State and then transferred to Arizona State. So these 3 guys. But again, happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there, especially to my mom. I know she doesn't watch too much of my stuff because she's not a big sports fan, but she likes to tune every once in a while. So happy Mother's Day, Mom. You guys can dispute it all you want to. You can try to at least. But my mom is hands down the best mom in the entire world, and I love her to pieces. So happy Mother's Day, Mom. All right, let's look at these 3 guys. First of all, we got Tommy Sweeney, who doesn't pop off the paper, extremely to anything, doesn't get you super excited. And I don't think this means the Bears are done at tight end. I absolutely think there's room for cuts. And when that time comes, when June cuts come, and when teams need to trim down their roster a little bit for salary cap, I think you'll see the Bears pick someone up. Mo Alley-Cox right now of the Colts, who are overloaded at tight end, is really where I think the Bears could be targeting. But for now, we get Tommy Sweeney to come in and compete with Steven Carlson on the 90-man roster for, that 3rd roster spot or a practice squad spot. The thing that sticks out, he was a decent receiver in college, hasn't really done anything in the NFL, but look at his drop rate and his pass blocking rate. So those are extremely high, very, very good grades. And I think we definitely need a tight end to come in to help with pass blocking Shane Waldron creates some really unique sets in his backfield, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does. But when you see Tommy Sweeney in there, if he makes the roster, the 53-man, if he ever sees any time, it would be for his pass blocking ability. Next up, we would have Leon Jones out of Arkansas State. Nothing really pops off the page here either. It seems a lot slow. Not a little slow, but a lot slow. His shuttle 3-cone, very poor grades. You wonder if something happened there. Decent speed, not great speed at all. But his broad jump, he should probably go to the Olympics. He should probably go try out for the Olympics for that broad jump. You don't see many over 11 feet, so that was pretty interesting to see. Nothing popped out when I did a short look at him on tape either. In fact, he allowed quite a bit of touchdowns, and he had a bad NFL pass rating against him. So this is a camp body, especially with our stacked cornerback room. Nothing that gets me too excited there. And the one that most fans get a little excited over because, number one, we have such a need at defensive tackle and on our defensive line. So there's a need there, so everyone gets excited when something like this happens. And 2, he's a local prospect. He's from Illinois. Yes, he played at Michigan State and then transferred to Arizona State. But this doesn't scream out to me someone that's going to make the roster or even the practice squad. This is a camp body to me. Super short arms, 31-inch arms, small hands, 9-inch hands. Short, he's 6 foot. He's shorter than me, and 265 pounds. He just doesn't fit the build of what will make it. But that's what camp is for these guys to come in and compete. He's a local guy. He'll be on the 90-man roster. Bring him in, and just like the little bomb up top there shows thumbs down, this doesn't get me ticking at all. So I understand some people might be excited because this is a local prospect, but doesn't really get me too excited when you look at the measurables. And there's not a lot I could find on tape. There's a little bit, nothing that excites me, and really he was a rotational guy and he didn't get a lot of, he just wasn't the eye popper. So let's look at our roster now. So top right there, that's the amount of guys in each section. So as you add those up, as I go through these 4 areas of our team, it'll be 85. So we're sitting at 85 guys for the 90-man roster, and we can go over 90 and then trim it down before we get to practice camp, before we get to the official beginning of the offseason, to the beginning of preseason, I should say. So here's the roster. Nothing has changed at all on the offensive line. No additional signings there. Theo Benedict was signed before rookie minicamp, so he was an undrafted signee earlier on. Next up, you'd have the offensive playmakers. Austin Reed was signed earlier on. Peter LeBlanc was signed right before rookie minicamp. Brendan Bates as well. Ian Wheeler. If you guys haven't seen my video on Ian Wheeler, I'm really excited about Ian Wheeler. I think he and Bayless Jones will be back there on the kickoff returns, and Dante Pettis would be there for the punt returns. That's how I see it right now. We'll see how camp goes, but that's why you hear the rumors out there. with Romo Dunze, people saying, and they took Richard Hightower's comments way out of context. He was not saying Romo Dunze has any shot of returning kick returns or punt returns. It's not going to happen, guys. Especially he had the hamstring injury. You're not going to risk your 9th overall pick, your first-round stud. You're not going to risk him on return duty. So, no, that's not happening. But Ian Wheeler, Velus Jones, Dante Pettis gives me some excitement for this new kickoff rules. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And then you see there at the bottom, Tommy Sweeney is the new addition. I do see us needing to add a little bit more depth there. For competition's sakes, 24 total on the offensive playmakers. We're going to get to the defensive line and special teams. I include special teams on the defensive line as well here. So special teams on the right. And then you've got Jamri Chroma, who's added defensive end. Did a video on him too. If you haven't seen that, check him out. He's very, very high on my list. I think he would make it ahead. And I got Zach Pickens there still. Sorry, guys, I didn't fix that. I should have fixed that. You guys know that's Austin Booker. So Austin Booker is right there on the backup and defensive end. My bad. But Jamri Chroma and then Keith Randolph was signed as well. He doesn't get me as excited as a lot of people are with him being from Illinois. Well, Illinois University. And then Deshaun Mallory was just added. And then on the defensive secondary, 24 there, Reddy Stewart was added, Carl Jones was added, and now Leon Jones was added as well. So that's the team as we stand right now going into OTAs. We'll see more additions this next week, most likely. I'll update you as we get to those, let you know anything that changes, let you know what's going on. With that, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a special Mother's Day, and bear down.